Yes, people, so we're back. Fight week for Fury Usyk. The rematch out in Saudi. Not a great undercard compared to what some of the other undercards have been in the Riyadh season. But anyway, straight to the main event. Who you got and why?
Yeah, I think Fury, bro. I thought he had a better chance of winning in the first fight. I think there's more that he can do to improve on the first fight, and at one point in the fight, I don't think he was far off
Winning.
Yeah, I don't think he was far off winning. I think there were a few rounds in there where if it had continued for a round or two, he might have even stopped Usyk, you know?
Yeah, I heard today there was only 1 point in the actual decision.
I can't remember.
Yeah, no, I heard him say it. There's only 1 point.
I remember at the end of the fight, we were
It was close.
We were still looking.
I think it was just the madness that happened in round 9.
Yeah.
Had us thinking like it, and the highlights of that. Yeah. I think had people maybe thinking that was a more dominant performance. But yeah, there was only one round in it. But yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, I also think in the first fight, and only Fury would be able to tell you this, but I feel like there was an element of he wasn't expecting. Obviously, we all know Usyk's good, but he wasn't expecting the level to be the intensity and levels to be as high as they were.
What they were
coming back from Usyk. You know, it would have been the first fight. He would have been in there with someone that was quicker than him and sharper than him. And I think that Usyk potentially could have surprised him in that respect, and he just wasn't. I mean, it sounds like I'm making excuses for him.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But yeah, I think he will go into this one well aware of what he's going to be coming.
Yeah, and what he's got to do.
And that's why I say I know they're getting paid a lot, but I don't think this fight would have been made if
Fury didn't want it.
If Fury didn't want it, you know?
Yeah. That last bit.
A Fury that wants it is a dangerous Fury.
I see today or yesterday in one interview he's saying he ain't spoke to his wife for 3 months. He ain't spoke to no one for 3 months. I think that's kind of mad.
Yeah.
Like, he seems like kind of aggressive, if that makes sense. And I think that will be interesting. But the thing with Fury, where I don't know, like, because he says so much. Like, it's ain't the first time he said he's going to do this. He said he's going to do that. He said Usyk was a middleweight and whatnot. He said and it sells the fight. But sometimes I buy into it like, he's going to approach the fight like this. And then also when he doesn't, I don't really know. Like, one thing I would agree with is that Fury can definitely do better. I don't think Usyk can perform better than what he did. I think like that was his best fight maybe ever.
You made a good point to me yesterday though, where you were saying about could a better Fury bring out a better Usyk?
Yeah, like we still don't know.
We don't know if he hasn't been a heavyweight long enough.
This is what I mean. And I think to be fair, some of his cruiserweight bouts, some of his opposition maybe he weren't in there with Opataya, who we know is. He was in there with Breeders and whatever, but like Usyk made these guys. He brought their names to life. If that makes sense. Like, he ain't been in there with like someone where we can say he's been in there with Vander or something like that. So yeah, but I still feel like we don't really know how good Usyk can be. Like, Usyk. What bothered me if I'm a Fury fan, like when Fury hit him with that uppercut. Yeah, it was like Usyk just got straight back into the fight.
Yeah.
So for us looking at like it's a good uppercut, but I don't know how much it really phased. Usyk at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. Obviously, Usyk caught him with a big shot in the first fight, and that kind of started something. But I don't. Other than that, I don't really know why
that was a funny clip.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. I mean, I was in shock at that point. And that was the point.
I remember.
I said when we recorded before. At that point, I kind of wanted Usyk to win because it was like this guy's about to do something ridiculous.
Crazy. Yeah,
I had no doubt. I remember when the fight was first made, I didn't even really want to see it. You know, and that's mad. I'm not saying I'm some boxing connoisseur, but
you were that convinced, innit?
I wasn't convinced that there was any point in watching the fight. I thought there would only be one outcome. But yeah. I don't think we saw the best of Tyson Fury that night. We did in areas of the fight. But if he can come into this one and either just go for the knockout and rough him up and try and get him out of there before 12 rounds, or just stay switched on for 12 rounds.
I think he, yeah.
I
think if he stays switched on for 12 rounds, he can fight coming forward or going back,
yeah.
and he should be cool.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't know. Like, I've never seen, like, I know Usyk can move and he can be slick, but I've never seen someone put the pressure on him that Fury can put on him. But can Fury do it for 12 rounds? Like, you know, Usyk can move for 12 rounds.
And again, this is the thing. It's what
Fury?
version of Fury?
Yeah.
What version of Fury are we gonna get? And has he still got it? We've seen him against. I mean, look at Klitschko. That was probably that win under the circumstances in Germany.
Yeah, no, he's had some massive nights.
To beat Klitschko in 12 rounds, and we know he's had it.
But do you think Klitschko was? I don't think anybody's better than Usyk. I know this don't make no sense if what I'm about to say, because Klitschko might have beat Usyk if they fought, but I would still say that Usyk is a better boxer than Klitschko.
Yeah, but
do you know what I mean? And it just stylistically, it just depends on the style, you know.
Yeah.
I
do think, and I always stand by this. I think the best version, a good big guy will beat a good little guy. However, Usyk is one of a kind.
Yeah.
But I just think if we see the best of Fury on Saturday night,
You think the best of Fury will stop Usyk then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, science and physics.
Stop.
Like he'll get stopped.
Yeah.
And I think he almost got stopped.
I'm not gonna want to see that. Yeah.
And it will be a shame to see.
Do you think Usyk is like vulnerable? Like, I don't think he is, but there's been a few times, obviously the Dubois fight.
I think he.
In parts in the AJ fight, little moments,
He complains to the ref. Saying it's low or whatever. The Dubois one, I don't think it was as bad as it looked. I think he took the time because he was given the time. But if that was called a legal shot, then he would have just got on with it. I believe. But yeah, I do think there's vulnerabilities there, and I think if Fury can land big shots to the body, and which we know he's capable of, I think you can stop him. Yeah, I think you can stop him. And I feel like he's gonna go in there to stop him this time.
Yeah,
he's not gonna want to.
I know you probably ain't seen them, but there's a few interviews where it's like, I'm believing him. But you know, this ain't the first time, if that makes sense. Like, I want to see the press conference tomorrow, and the face to face, and just if I see any silly antics, then I'm gonna be like, you know, I ain't seen no silly. I ain't seen no silly antics this time. Like even today when I watched the interview with Dev, it was just like them two in a room. There was no like silly antics. He said, "Look, I don't even want to do this. Like, I just want to get in there and fight." And that's when he was saying about the 3 months he's had away. For me, I know it sounds weird, but my safe money is with Usyk, and I always say because Usyk is like consistent. You know, he's never really had a bad fight, like at any weight. You know, like he never really even has bad rounds. Do you know what I mean? Whereas like you have Fury, who even in the Wilder fight, like he can just switch off. Yeah. Like the first time he got dropped, and I'm not knocking it, like it can happen, but I'm just saying the difference between the two is that he was winning every single minute of every single round, and then he just switched off. And some people, like, obviously the Wilder's got crazy power. I'm talking about the first fight, but like he's still like the hands behind the back thing, and it's like you just give him the opportunity, you know. And even in this fight, we were saying rounds 3 to 6 or 3 to 7.
3 to 6, yeah.
He was doing his thing, and then it's like whether it was Usyk or Fury, just stopped, you know. And I think like safe money for me, Usyk is consistent. You know, every fight that he has is consistent. There's nothing in his box track where I'm looking at this fight was a bit. Whereas like even the Ngannou fight, I know it's a different, but it's just like.
Yeah, and this it goes back to that thing of what Fury are we gonna get?
It's gonna turn up, innit?
I always bang on about Fury, about what I think of his ability and where he stands in terms of historically with the best heavyweights we've seen. But I think the one thing that actually stops him from being put in a list with Lennox and these guys is that we haven't seen it consistently enough to say. And I know he had his 2-year layoff, and I think in that 2 years after we beat Klitschko, that might have been when we would have seen it. Yeah.
But
since he come back from that, he had these 3 wins against Wilder, but we've seen his level drop.
Yeah, sometimes it would just drop.
Like you said, it can happen.
Even the bowling
I feel
fight,
like it's happened quite a lot with Fury to the point where you don't know what Fury you're going to get on the night.
And to be fair, in his defense, like I think it matches his character, what he says about himself, the mental health thing. I don't think it's all physical, you know. Like there's obviously a mental, emotional, psychological thing going on where it might affect his training camps. And I think like his thing is just a mental thing, really. But again, it's like going into this fight. This might be an extreme example, but if he wakes up on the wrong side of the bed in the morning and decides, oh, I'm gonna do this, I just know that Usyk's not gonna operate like that. You know, he's just gonna come in and be focused. I'm looking forward to it still. Go on, was you gonna say that?
No, I was just gonna say it looks like the pressure's on Fury though. I feel like there's no pressure on Usyk. He's already proved what he's capable of. And I think everyone's gonna be watching to see if Fury can win.
Yeah, I kind of get that. Yeah,
but again, that could be the fire that is lit under Fury to help him win. You know.
Yeah.
And I think he obviously needs something to give him that push. To stay switched on and to. I mean, as if being undisputed wasn't enough in the first fight, but yeah, man, I don't think this fight happens if Fury's not coming to win. And I think this time round he's going to know what to expect. He's going to know what he did wrong the first time. And he's going to... I think he will win the fight, man.
Yeah.
I think he'll win the fight.
He was mentioning about the cut as well, and he was like, you know, in the interview with Dev he did yesterday, he was like, look, I'm not like worried about a cut this time because, you know, he had the cut from sparring. So, yeah, I mean, he's saying everything right. I do want to see the weigh-in. I do want to see the press art and just see his behaviour and his attitude. If he keeps this like aggressive killer mentality, then yeah, I'll be sold. And I just want to see the first round. If he comes out and he's going forward and he's like walking to Usyk, then yeah. But it's a long time since I've seen him sustain that kind of pace. Yeah. You know, even in the Wilder fight. No disrespect to Wilder, but Wilder is not a high punch output kind of guy. You know, there's only 1 or 2 shots you're looking out for. He don't throw a lot. You can push the pace. Like I don't know. Like Usyk is very conditioned. You know, very fit. So yeah, man. Let's see. But if Fury does win, like moving on, do you think they do a third one? Because Usyk is saying if he wins, he wants to go down to cruiserweight, and we'll adjust that in a minute. I think. Yeah.
I mean, before he started talking about going down, I could have seen Usyk retiring after this fight regardless. Because I think he's kind of clocked.
Even if he lost, you mean?
Yeah, he's completed the game. He's
done everything.
At 2 weight divisions,
Olympic medalist, Olympic gold medalist. Yeah.
There's no real reason for him.
But then he might want to. You would want to avenge a loss though. This is only loss.
If he loses, I feel like it would demand a trilogy, and the way the Saudis are going, they're trying to deliver what the fans want to see. So I think if it's a good fight, and it don't even have to be a good fight, if Fury wins, comes out with a win, yeah, why not see a trilogy? But I think after
that's it.
I think that might even write off both of them a trilogy.
Yeah. You know? I know.
I
kind of feel like the trilogy won't sell. I know it's not about selling, but to be fair, everything is selling right now. And
I thought the Wilder trilogy wouldn't sell, but
that's true.
Kind of did.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I think, like, I agree with you. I think if Fury wins, I think it is by knockout and probably devastating knockout. I don't know, like, if it will be close, and because of that, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying people will write off Usyk,
it's a hard one to call just because of Fury's
the way he is, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a hard one to call. But
I think Usyk, the way he is, like, obviously watching the first fight, I think Usyk's gonna force Fury to box. Like, even if he's trying to be aggressive, like I think he'll just like wait for Fury to have his little aggressive spurt and then get back to boxing. I don't think he'll engage him. I'm not saying Wilder engaged him, but like he didn't know what else to do. You know what I mean? Because if Usyk just but if Usyk like boxes and moves around for the first 3 rounds, it's like, is Fury gonna continue just following him around? I think if he follows him around, he might get picked off, bro.
Yeah, but
He has to find him. He has to
he's-
catch him. If he steps to him, he has to be on him. Do you know what I
but
mean?
Fury can close the distance on him.
Yeah.
So,
But Usyk is a slick star, bro. He's never had to do it with someone like this. Naturally smaller,
Yeah.
naturally quicker.
no, it'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting. And even now, as I'm speaking, I'm sort of second guessing everything that I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just think Fury. I think Fury has to show up.
Yeah.
I think the fact he's taken this fight, he has to show up. He can't.
Yeah. He can't afford. Yeah, this one he can't.
He can't afford to lose twice to Usyk. And I mean,
Because then AJ,
he's the heavyweight. He's the heavyweight.
Yeah.
He's the heavyweight. He has to go in, and he's almost doing it for heavyweight boxing. I know Usyk stepped up and he's won and he's beaten heavyweights, but he's not a heavyweight. And for him to be running around undisputed and all this, like, it's kind of, why are you gonna? Yeah, you can't let a man that small beat him. You just can't.